Hey guys, making a new video here called CSGO Shtt, where I show you shit in CSGO. That's not to say it's shit, but it's like the shit that should get in CSGO. But other than that, I'm doing a giveaway, and I hope you check that out. But other than that, this is the Ump-45 West Wind by SerQ. I've always wanted to see a Ump-45 kind of like this, kind of like engraving. It really much reminds me of the AK-47 Wasteland Rebel and the Glock Wasteland Rebel. Really good skins, but unlike them, this actually has a gunsmith style, so it's kind of like engraved into the actual skin. When the AK-47 and such kind of is just painted on the side of the skin, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it definitely suits the weapon, but when it comes to this really does give the UMP-45 Primal Saber a run for its money, and that's probably the best looking UMP-45 in the game so far that's been added. But I do definitely think this could be at least number 1 or number 2, one of the two. But I do think this could be another really good pink skin if it does get into the game. But if it doesn't, well, I will be pretty darn disappointed, because I'm kind of sick and tired of playing with the Primal Saber and Blaze. That's not to say they're bad skins, but nah, I just hope this gets added to the game. So this is the CZ75 Wild West by the same guy, and basically he was telling me that he's going to be making a few more skins in the collection, and well, for this CZ, I really do think it kind of fits. It kind of really matches and all that, and just to think that he's put so much intricate detail in such a small weapon kind of makes me astounded, to be honest. Like, my goodness, it looks so darn nice and neat and all that. And I really do hope it becomes like a purple skin, or at the very least a pink skin, you know, in CSGO, because maybe I might consider using it, because at the moment I'm using the 5.7 and Tech 9. I don't really use a CZ75 for probably this exact reason. But other than that, I do really hope it gets into the game. But if you want to see more of this collection, definitely check it out on the workshop. So you might have noticed that I was playing on this map in the background, and this is Breach, made by Yaznil, and I think his name is Putty. Yeah, I believe his name is Putty. But Putty made Agency, while Yaznil made a collection of maps that's been accepted into the operations, into CSGO, that is. But no, that kind of makes me believe that this will be the next map in the next operation, you know, just to be like seen, you know, and it would be such a grand shame if it doesn't get accepted into the game during the next operation, whenever that is. I hope that is super duper soon, but no, this map very much feels like Agency in terms of just, I don't know, it has an Agency feel. I can't really like pinpoint it, but it does say in the description of the actual like map in the workshop that it had the Agency theme, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. Even the creators of this map feel like it's kind of sort of inspired by Agency, I would say. But unfortunately for this map, you can't jump off any corner of the map and fall to your death. I always thought that was a very nice gimmick of Agency, and I'm super duper happy that we can play Agency whenever within CSGO. But now if you just look at this map, super duper minimalistic and just super duper slick, and I found it super duper easy to identify targets to shoot at. But when you first play this map, it kind of feels like a maze. It's kind of a little bit confusing, but I feel like that's kind of true with all the maps, in like when you first play it, at least. So it kind of took me a little while to figure this out, but in terms of smokes and nades and all that, I don't really know how that's going to work out, because a lot of this map is kind of enclosed indoors, so I don't think there's going to be any crazy like lobbing any smokes across the map and then whatnot. Like, I don't know how the skybox is on this map, but in terms of aesthetic wise, man, this is probably one of the prettiest maps you can play on the workshop, and unfortunately it's not in game yet, but I do think there's going to be a very high chance it'll be in game soon enough. So this is bomb site B, as you can see, and it kind of has a reference to Bananas in Pajamas, you know, B1 and B2 for some reason. Just reminded me of Bananas in Pajamas. I don't know if you know Bananas in Pajamas. That's a pretty good TV show. Unfortunately, they animated it, but that has nothing to do with this video. The point of the video is just to show you bomb site B, and this slick server room. But it definitely reminds me of Bomb Site B on Mirage, you know, in terms of there's a catwalk back there that I just showed, but the CTs will be using it unlike the Ts, you know, so it'll be kind of interesting just to see how this all works out. But these events, I didn't even know these vents were here. And this is just outside B, by the way, but I didn't know they were there until I started recording like footage for this map. So there's a lot of things that I didn't even know after playing probably 2 to 3 hours of this map against bots. And you can't really say too much about a map, unfortunately, if you're just playing against bots and have so little time just to play it. But I just want to make this video as soon as I can. But this is A-Site, and this is A-Site's bush, you know. He needs a little bit of a trim. I mean, she needs a little bit of a trim. But anyway, the point is, whoever this map maker is, like where he's from, he's very talented, multi-talented, because that's like a globe. You know, it's kind of global offensive, and I feel like it could be a bit more flat, to be honest. But if it's, well, we can't get everything right, you know, because I'm pretty sure the Earth is flat. But jokes aside, again, this map, both bomb sites actually kind of remind me of Bomb Site B from Mirage for some reason. But other than that, this map actually also supports Wingman, and this is a T-spawn Wingman area, and it, like, in terms of Wingman, you don't have access to all around the map. It's just Bomb Site A, which I thought was super duper nice that they decided to throw that in as something extra to entice you to download this map. And this is CT spawn on Wingman and competitive, and I think even casual as well, but it just looks super duper slick. Unfortunately, you can't use the elevator, but this is just outside T spawn, and oh my gosh, those autumn trees just makes me so darn astounded at this map. It's just like, I don't think any other map uses autumn trees. I mean, get your game on, guys. Like FM Pwn, you know, what's this, you know? And I on the whole topic of FM Pwn, like, just like him, the guy Yasnil, I believe his name is. I'm probably butchering his name. Anyway, the point is, he's made so many maps and got it accepted in the game, it kind of gives FM Pwn a run for his money, you know, and if this doesn't get accepted in the game, that would actually be a huge shock, because chances are you've probably played on one of his maps one or a few times, or across many operations, you know. It's just kind of like every operation he gets one of his maps accepted into the game, which I think is super duper astounding. So it would be very surprising if this map doesn't get included in the game. But other than that, yeah, I wish I could play with actual players rather than bots. So this is the AK-47 Shallow Grave by Hoxton, and it looks super duper nice. You know, it kind of reminds me of the P90 Shallow Grave, also by Hoxton. And it should, because they're made by the same guy, basically. But I believe he's made the Nova Shallow Grave, which is yet to be added to the game. But if you want to see the Nova variant, definitely check his workshop. And I believe there should be a link in the description below to everything featured on this video if you're even mildly interested, which I suggest you check out, because you'll be surprised with what Valve has yet to add to the game, you know. But it's kind of good that they haven't added everything that is good, because the skin market would be oversaturated. But what isn't good is the fact that they haven't oversaturated the map market, you know. Just there needs to be more operation, and there needs to be more inclusion of maps into Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But other than that, just this guy's going to be making more variants of the skin, I believe, the Shallow Grave, and then he's going to move on to some other ideas he has down the works, I believe. But other than that, he's a super duper nice guy, and I think that makes it up for the first episode, I think. I'm not too sure. But other than that, check the description on how to enter the giveaway. Basically, just like, comments your trade URL, and subscribe for more like this. And I'll try and make this a weekly thing, guys. But other than that, you have a wonderful day.